I really am feeling the need to create some digital art, and I came up with a pretty fun idea that I think you will like. Animal fusions. If that idea intrigues you, inspires you, or frightens you, I hope you'll still come along and see what I create, because I don't even know yet. Let's go. Alright, so this is generatorland.com, and this is their animal fusion generator. You can actually create your own generators on this website, which is kind of fun. I wonder if there's a way to like create a community one, and then, I don't know, you guys could suggest things that way. Anyway, all I have to do is hit the little squish together button, and we'll be on our way. I've clicked a couple of these just to see what it does, and it basically gives you an adjective and then two animals to fuse together. So I kind of want to incorporate all three of those aspects. The adjective, like creepy, cute, that sort of thing, and then mix it with the two. So if it ends up being two freaky animals and the word cute, I gotta find out a way to do cute. Although I'm not sure if it's like they know, because the times that I was testing it, when it said like sinister, it had kind of like more sinister animals. But anyway, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. I'm really excited. I'm about to hit squish together. Ooh, I'm doing it on another monitor, that's why I can't see it. Blah. This hideous thing is a mix of a hedgehog and a pygmy marmoset. I'll admit I have to Google what a marmoset is. Is this a monkey? Wait, are they really that small? So a pygmy marmoset is about 4.6 to 6.2 inches. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have to put something in here that like shows how small this is. But it's also supposed to be hideous, apparently. Let's just start sketching something. I'm gonna grab a nice fun color to sketch in. Blue, like Sonic, why not? Why don't I draw a little hedgehog first? Basically, they're super squishy looking ball shapes with a little head that kind of sticks out, eyeballs, and a big old nose, and like all this pokey bits, which aren't that fun to draw. Oh, we could simplify it. And then they have little leggies that stick out. Oh, they have ears actually that I missed. About here-ish. There's my hedgehog. It looks like a bear snail. I think the nose protrudes a little more, that might help. Give him a little smile. Maybe make his eyes look a little less sad. They do have a head shape that kind of just hard to make it out. Maybe if I actually consider it with a head. Like little ears. Mouse-like. Okay, hedgehog, what the? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm already stumped. We're in the first half of the first fusion and I'm stuck. Okay, I think I like the first one better. So there's some hedgehogs. Anyway, I think I'm just confused about the anatomy and that's throwing me off. Like, where do the ears even come from? What if I stand him up? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Looks like a minion. Oh my gosh. Where do the ears go? And like where all the fuzzy bits go? Well, he technically, if I give him a white belly, the ears that confuse me, like where do the ears go here? Then the ears are like the belly color, but they come out of the spiky bits. Okay, there's something in here that is adorable. Just not sure how to do the spiky bits. He's confusing. If I think of him as a loaf of bread, and then his head will come out here somewhere. Here, spikies. Maybe those legs need farther back. Is this working? Because they're so pudgy, you don't really see the legs. And any of the references I'm looking at, that kind of throws me off. Alright, I hope the marmoset doesn't give me this much trouble. It's the monkey without a neck. Although this thing doesn't really have a neck either, so that's gonna be easy to fuse together. What if I try a second sketch layer? Sometimes you can like redeem something you're very confused about with a second sketch layer. And I'll make the brush a little bit smaller. We'll zoom in. There's an eyeball, and there's an eyeball. And do I want it to have like a little cartoony face? Problem is, it's like I don't understand how the neck and the chin connects to the body. This will just go straight into it like that. What do their feet look like? Can I get a zoom? Hedgehog feet. Don't take me to any OnlyFans, please. So it's more like very similar to like a bunny, kind of. Like the anatomy, not like the way the fur is placed or anything. So they have like little hands in the front. I think they're further back. Let me grab those. That's making a huge difference. Yes, 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 yes. What a difference. Okay. And then the little back legs are kind of like a bunny, how they like go this way and then they're kind of long. And then there's actually the foot on the end there. But you don't really see the knees or anything because it's fuzzy. And I drew this leg a little low. So I'm gonna just push that up. Nobody's business. I can't tell if they have a tail or anything, but they do have, it's almost like a circle like this. And then you can't see any of this stuff because it's fuzzy. I like the little dip that I added. So we can just add that for character. And his nose kind of sticks out a little more. And this chin should be a lot shorter. And then a big fuzzy fro. It's kind of round like this. Let me try drawing this line again. Because I want it to end like back here. Is that a hedgehog or not? I don't know. We're trying. They do kind of have little heads. I think they have bigger foreheads than that. Go back. This looks like Pooh Bear though. Winnie the Pooh, and that's adorable. Oh yeah, see my original sketch had this like big forehead. I think that's kind of important. And then this can kind of be rounded. And this I'm just very confused about. What is even happening in the lower regions? A little tail of some kind. All right, zoom out. Something proportionately is off. I know, there's like one thing and then once you find it, it's like so much better. Kind of like when I move the legs backwards. Maybe I just need to move these legs. It does kind of help. It's not like stunning revelation or anything. Let's add like just some quick coloring. So this is like the darkest area, right? And then he has like a little bit of a dark nose. Then some of these, the ears are like the same color as that, but I'm not sure. We'll just lightly color that. And then the feet are lightly colored. Okay, we're on to something. We've got a hedgehog. Let's merge all these layers together here. Just kind of scooch it over. Get over there. While we work on the marmoset. This one we're gonna do in purple. All right. So basically they don't have a neck either, but I'm gonna draw it like there is a neck. There's just a head, and in there they've got really big eyes. I don't see a nose on this thing, but there's like a space for one. I also don't see the mouth. I'm gonna have to look that up. And then there's these teeny tiny ears. And it's like really dark here. But there's like space around this with a different color. And then there's their body, and they've got pretty strong looking arms for their size. And really creepy spider hands. Ew, ew. Looks like salad fingers. And then there's no neck, so we go from here straight to the shoulders. Oh, that's so weird. Ooh! And there's a body back here with some little legs and little feet on the ends. That'll do. I don't see a tail. I'm gonna have to find a different picture. Ooh, they got long tails. Kind of like this. There's like a nose right here, and then there's these funky cheeks. I'll redo the face a little bit. So there's like an eye space, then there's the big eye. It's actually creepier now. There's like a little nose, and then there's this funky little low cheek, and the bottom half of the mouth. All right, that looks a little more accurate. All right, here's our marmoset. Now all I have to do, what we need to do is fuse these two things together. So I think what we want to do is put a hedgehog maybe on a branch. So I'll just draw a little branch. Let's just come up with some kind of shape. Little leaves. There's our branch. Now I'm thinking we'll stick our animal in this region. Excuse me? Okay. In this region. We'll get on a different layer so I don't mess up the stick. Alright, so we got this guy who's got a really pudgy body and this guy. They both have like zero neck. We obviously have to add the spikes because like if I look at either of these two animals, like what makes them look like a hedgehog? What makes him look like a marmoset? I'm not sure, I guess the tininess, but I think it's the hand feet, the tail, the teeny tiny ears, and then like this guy, it's maybe that snout and the pine or the needles. So I'd like to try and include all of those things. Let's just see what happens. I don't know. So if I give him like, if this is like his chest, and we give him like monkey legs, and then we can give him like his little hands. But I might make him smaller, a little bit like our hedgehog, how he has like shorter fingers. You think he could reach all the way up here? I don't know where that knee would end up. And then we have a hand here and a hand here-ish. And then we'll have that tail, maybe kind of coming up in here, real long. And since this is kind of the composition at this point, it's like all within this shape, we'll turn the head that way. Well, we also are gonna need the needles. Oh, it's also gotta be hideous. Shoot, so many variables. It's just turning into a marmoset. Maybe give him angry eyebrows. Okay, still cute, still cute. Give him that forehead. Fine needles. Kind of come this way. Maybe his hands and feet are too cute. I could make them the creepy stuff. That might help. Add stripes to the tail. Could make it all foamy at the mouth. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. Does that count as hideous? I feel like hideous is like ugliest thing in the world, so that's like the other direction. We're not quite there yet, I don't think. What we'll do is flip the canvas, lower the opacity of both of these things, and go in with like a second sketch layer and see what we can do here. There's like the space. It's like skin. Oh, what if I just give it more lines? That usually makes something look a little less pleasing. I'm angry though, of course. Is that cute or ugly? It's ugly, but it's not hideous. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're missing the mark. Now, the marmoset has a very small forehead, but the hedgehog is a very tall forehead. Could like protrude it out. It's still too cute. We could try giving it smaller pupils or one weird pupil. I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. That might mean I'm heading in the right direction. Some like random teeth. How's that? Is that hideous? Oof. Ooh, we might be heading in the right direction now. Okay. And I'm gonna give it the skinnier fingers, I think, to make it look triple. And they're like sharp, pointy fingies. Also gotta draw on this stick back here. I'm also gonna shrink this guy's eye. I'm gonna shrink them both. I think it just looks gross. But it's mostly the marmoset. Is there something else I can add? Ooh. Okay, you see how like it had that weird skin bit that comes out of the fur? What if I make a weird skin bit that comes out of the fur so it looks a little less monkey? It's gonna be gross. So like almost like human, but like bony. I don't know. But then there'd be like fur that it pops out of. Ooh, I don't know. Did I mention how much I hate this? It looks too chicken. No. I tried though. Tail. I think that's it for like lines. Let me get rid of the sketch. Ooh. Would you like this line art to be available to color? I won't do that. I won't do that. I don't want any memory of this making its way back to me. Make a little box. Ta-da! Now it's in a little box. And we can color it. I'll probably make the line art black here. So it's more neutral. You know what I could have done too was made this fluffy pine needle stuff creepier. Like if I made them like long and spindly, you know? Oh, that does help, doesn't it? I can add some down here too. What if we have a bent one? Ooh, creepy. I think that was a definite improvement. Okay, I like it a lot better. Modify, contract our selection by a couple pixels. And then we can add in our little base layer of color, which I'm gonna start with like a white to be like the light color of the hedgehog. Because I'm going with the hedgehog colors just because I feel like we have a lot of monkey going on. You know what I mean? I filled in and I can create a clipping mask and not worry about going outside the lines. All right, now let's go back to the hedgehog to find the hedgehog colors. Need a lighter, whiter color. And then this will be the under fuzz. So anything that's not pine needles, basically. I'm gonna color the tail with this too. Then we need the pine needle layer. Basically, it's like really dark and then there's lighter spots in it. Down here, some more needles. I'm gonna take this color and make it more pink for the feet. Sorry, I'm not staying in the lines. I am ready to be drawing something else. Ooh, yellow eyes. That's from the monkey. They're more like orange, I suppose. I think I want to use this for the teeth too. Yeah, creepy. I hate it. Okay, and then there's like a gray color for around the face. Probably use a softer brush. Kind of go from there outwards. Now we need a dark nose. No, that ain't right. Grab the white. That's what I did wrong. I didn't color in the white all the way. Like this. I was leaving that blank because I thought I'd use that to color it differently, but that was not the case. Now I can select the white and then add in our gray color. And basically it's just kind of like here. And a dark nose. Did I make that too cute? Now you have to do the tail. Kind of leave the edges kind of textured. Not perfect. This is nice and creepy. I mean hideous. Let's use the proper words here. With a little branch. Alright. We've got a little vine thing. I colored it kind of like a vine. I think this is basically done. I did want to try and add in that like weird colored texture to this. Basically it's just like the ends of stuff. It would probably take a lot of time to replicate this in a meaningful way. Just for a little detail. Now I want to, we'll add a background color. Throw in a little blue in the background. Not that one. A different one. Maybe more saturated. Don't like that either. With a gradient. I want to add a shading layer on top of all of these. Maybe with purple or something. Set that layer to multiply. Kind of create some shadows. Lower the opacity just to make it blend in better. So it's just kind of like a subtle shadow. Now I'm going to grab the liner and adjust the colors of the liner just a little bit. I'm going to take this color but way more saturated. Just see how that looks over the whole thing. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Just a brown maybe. What I am going to do is grab all of the layers, duplicate it, and merge them. And then I'm going to use this thing called the color balance tool and just hope it solves all my problems. I'm going to make the midtones a little warmer. Take the shadows and make them a little cooler. This is the original. This is what I've made changes to. Kind of glowing a little too much, but I like the after better than the before. I think that'll do it for our hideous mix of a hedgehog and a pygmy marmoset. Did I do it? I think I did. Okay, so now I would much prefer to move on and forget this ever happened. Okay. It's gone! Isn't that refreshing? I'm kind of happy not to be looking at that anymore. Let's jump over to the animal fusion generator and squish them together again. For some reason my mouse isn't showing up on this, but you'll just have to take my word for it. All right, let's let the squish together. Oh, no, I said no hideous. It needs to not be hideous. What? I told you I like did a couple just to see like what kind of suggestions it had, and most of the ones I did when I was like just scrolling through, there was like this cute thing, this adorable thing, and like what? Now I've gotten 3 or 4 hideous in a row. Mix of a worm and a jellyfish. I kind of want to do that though. Do you think I could do it quickly? Like I feel like I don't need to draw either of those, right? It's a worm and a jellyfish. I kind of just am seeing a little earthworm, and then they're like this. It's a wormy. And he's happy. You know what? I'm gonna paint the background black. Then I'm gonna sketch in white. I'm gonna draw our little wormy. I guess this is a sketch. Try not to make it perfect. And he's happy. And he's got the little scarf thing that worms have. He's a happy little wormy. There's our happy little worm. And he's in the water. Oh, wait, he'd be more floaty. Okay, we gotta draw another one. All right, black background. So he'd be all floaty-like. Make him all swishy. He's very transparent, and maybe he's got like a little dangly jellyfish bits. I figure they all kind of come from this stem bit. I could shorten his head so it's more jellyfish. So I'm gonna lower the opacity on this and then draw in our lines. He's a little couple. Draw the worm on one layer maybe. Kinda like an eel. Draw these guys. Color this now before I add in all the other bits. Maybe add like a shadowy version. Kind of go around the center bits of it. I think that needs to be darker. So there's our wormy. Now I want to add in little fuzzy bits. Kind of like come from the edge of this. Gonna keep them roughly the same size. I think these guys need to be bigger because like he's so thick, and then there's these tiny little guys. Kind of add in the like fuzzier bits. Try to keep them flowy at the same time. There's my attempt at a jellyfish worm. It would be kind of cool to add a little bit. Like a rich blue to make it look a little more oceany. Ooh, I like that. Here's our jelly worm. Anyway, we'll just shrinky dink this guy. And now let's try. Let's see what we get. Don't be hideous, please. This beautiful creature is a mix of a poodle and a turkey. I feel like this might actually work, and I draw poodles all the time, you know? Neck, body, legs, very basic stuff here. This is our base. We gotta add some like turkey elements. I feel like we gotta add in this, obviously, the tail. So we won't need this. And they have like lots of feathers, so I feel like we gotta do feathers. As for the head, I feel like we'll go with like a poodle head, but maybe with something turkey-like. And it's supposed to be beautiful, so we're gonna have to use some good colors, I think, because otherwise it's gonna look weird. You can add this gobble thing. You know what I'm talking about. Should we do the fuzzy head for a poodle though? To get the poodle vibe. Dog feet maybe? Move them down a little more so I can work on this tail. Basically there's like feathers, right? Coming from some center point. Got a little texture there. I feel like it's missing a poodle bit. Oh, I got it. I got it. Little tufts of hair. But obviously we'll keep them in the right color scheme and everything. What do like the show dogs haircuts look like? I feel like we need to go show dog. Oh, they have like the big fuzzy front too. Big and fuzzy. But we want it to be feathers. And then their ears kind of usually are longer. So they have like a big poofy front and really long ears. Oh my gosh! What is happening? Oh, we could do a bow. We could give it a collar. I feel like that usually makes things look more like a dog than some other animal. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm gonna get my drawing license taken away for this. It's a turkey poodle. A turtle. Turtle. It's a turtle. I feel like it needs a bow. I'll put a bow in its hair. I feel like I'm going against nature so hard right now. I was too busy trying to see if I could that I didn't stop to think if I should. Let's flip the canvas and see what we're working with. Do I want to color it? I feel like I have to if I want it to look like a turkey. Let's do a little line art. And we'll start up here. And we have a bow. We have the bow. I want to try and keep it kind of simplified. I just want to try and make it look a little cutesy. Those puffed up feathers. I'm a little confused about how the neck becomes feathers. So then this section's like a different color of feathers that matches this stuff. So we should try and make that look the same. Back legs with little tufts. This is very odd. I will be the first to admit how odd. All right, last thing's the feathers. It looks like there's actually that texture on these the feathers. There's like a thick stripe, and then there's thin stripes underneath. Throw in some color and see what happens there. And then we will fill in the background here. And then I'm going to put a layer above that and grab sort of a brown and color in the darkest spots of our turkey. We might end up changing colors a little, but we'll see. And technically it's all of this. So maybe that'll be the hair color too. So we'll figure it out. Ooh, but those pieces overlap. Ooh. Ooh. Then we need a much orangier version of this. And then we color in back here and the tips of these feathers. And we need like a mix between these two colors for the rest of the feathers back there. I might use this for the legs. But this is actually the blue color, kind of. Let's grab this blue color, but make it a little bit warmer. So we'll head it towards the purple and then color in the legs. Color that all in. I'm gonna grab that, make it redder, color in this thing, whatever that is. Because then there's lots of blue shiny bits on their head, like around the eyes. And it kind of like comes down and around. There's also like the lighter color around here. So it's more like around the eyes. I'm gonna brighten up that blue with that same tool, add some lightness to it and more saturation, and do kind of like the same thing with the red. Make it more bright. That's working for me a bit better. I also want to make this even darker. I actually color that in with basically black, I think. I feel like there's some spots here that are darker. Add a little gradient up in here and just kind of lightly blew up the ends. Just make them more saturated. Going to grab this color and go a little bit darker and color in these feathers. I want to do this whole thing. I'm gonna grab this blue color with our pressure set to be opacity and kind of try to just add like shiny feather stuff. And just go along all of the feathers, I guess, like that. I'm gonna add this into all of our little spots. I'm gonna lock the transparent pixels on that and actually grab one of these orange reddish colors and kind of just add slight gradient. Kind of where it'd be having a little less light maybe. Okay, the face is the weakest part right now. So I need to figure out how to solve that problem. Go to the line art layer and change the colors of this so they're a bit more, or a little less harsh. Alright, if we zoom on in here and just give it some more texture. Maybe change that purple color again to something slightly more blue. It's a little less harsh, and we can do like the same thing for the legs. So they're just kind of bluish, like a gradient going down to purple. I don't want back here to be black though. Kind of like soften up the legs. They're not so obvious in the back, but we will color in the bows, I think. Probably this color. You know what? I think I found something I can do. I take the blue color, just make it way more blue, but only near right by the face. Does that help at all? I don't know. I'm trying. So one more thing I can do, and that would maybe be to take this red to make the face a little bit more red. Ooh, is that it? Actually, wait. I wanted to maybe make it a bit more rainbowy, potentially. First, I want to try the color balance so it looks a little more cohesive. And then I wanted to see if I could literally create another clapping mask here and use like a rainbow from up here and see what happens. Ooh, interesting. You'd have to make it like toned down, obviously. So that's before and after. I kind of like that. Tone down some stuff. Too obvious in some places, you know? That looks kind of cool. All right, I need to stop touching this. We did 3 animal fusions, if you remember. Oh, shoot, I forgot I flipped the canvas. Not that it looks better or worse either direction, but so it looks the way you remember it. Our little Hedgehog Marmoset fusion. Hideous, obviously. Honestly, there's something about it that I like now. I think I did a good job on it, even though I hated every second of it. Okay, I didn't hate every second of it. This is testament to that. And then number 2, we did the jellyfish. Earthworm. A little bit more simple, but nice rich colors. You know what would make this one better? If I added little bubbles. So it looks more underwater. Little water specks. Ta-da! Okay, why am I acting like that's revolutionary? But it did make a very big difference. Now it looks more underwater. And then what I'm sure you have not forgotten, because it was literally 2 seconds ago, our turtle. I tried to simplify it a little bit more while using details to like make it work. I don't know if that makes any sense. Basically the face is just 2 dots. There you go. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you want, I'll have all the links in the description if you want to use the generator as well. And hopefully you get some better options. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week. And I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!